probably they're still behind in the draft, but at least now you can play your style and perhaps get a W, because Unique, especially with an offlane mag, are susceptible to being beaten in lanes and then having the map choked out. You know, they need their jug to freely farm with Empower. They want to play from advantage. Whereas Winstrike, with the Slardar early blink, the speed of a puck, the pace of a gyro, you might just be able to ping pong around the map, find tons of kills, and just own. And that's kind of what you have to do. The early Roche also a possibility now because of the Minus Armor.
True. It does open up some of those opportunities, but this game just seems so much harder than game one. You know, this is a game that I do not see Unique having any excuses for like losing in early racks like they did in the first game. Like their draft just looks so good, and it looks so hard for carry Jara to do anything against their 3 cores in sort of any stage of the game.
All right, well, let's talk about the lanes then. Can we win these lanes? I mean, Cheshire Cat did an admirable job of being able to win that Necrophos lane. Now he's Slardar against Juggernaut, another good matchup for him, right?
I think you've got a pretty good shot. That lane is the one that probably has to do best. Cheshire Cat's got to go off, win the lane, have a rotate from the gyro of the puck to get a kill and a tower, fast blink, move around the map. Like, you need to kill towers rapidly, deny enemy ancients, do not let some free farming jug just outpace you. Action, double the kills. They need to double Unique's kills and have at least, I'd say, 15-20 by 20 minutes to be in this game.
And we're some high bars here, and we're a little pessimistic about Winstrike's chances here, but hopefully our casters are a little bit more optimistic about them. We've got Moxie and we've got Fog.
For battle!
Well, I believe I heard the panel say that this looks like an almost impossible game for this gyrocopter with everything that they have that is being thrown up against them. Fog, you know, I heard them, they said Cheshire Cats, he's got to pop off. This Slardar has got to be doing a lot of rotations. How do they make these things happen, though?
Fight. You have to just take like I feel like frequency of the team fights is going to have to be the key for me for Winstrike. It's like every single call down usage, every single coil usage has to be like used together. I feel like these 80-second cooldowns, they have to take advantage of them, take very advantageous team fights over that. I think if the game starts to get like slow paced again, it's a Jug, it's a Magnus, it's a Doom, it's greedy, and it works really good versus not only the gyro, but also versus Phoenix, which was one of the crucial ones in the last game. You know, just like the Sunray egg, how much it did. This, I don't think, is going to be the same. Yamich, he's got a tough one. He doesn't just have to watch out versus the Jug, he has to watch out versus the Lina Fiery Soul as well, too. Seems like it could be a bit of an uphill battle for Winstrike if they don't get themselves a good advantage.
I mean, they showed a lot of heart in game number 1. Granted that, you know, it did start to fall apart a little bit. But, you know, that's definitely the possibility that they're going to be able to play fast and perhaps put Unique on the back foot. You never know. And that's one of the wonderful things that we love about Dota. So, fingers crossed here if you are a Winstrike fan. But definitely, you know, they're going to have to work for it.
Yeah, I'm also just watching, like, you know, the last time I liked their lanes, right? They had really strong lanes to be able to pressure to get that good advantage. This one, I'm only really liking the mid lane. I feel like the other 2 lanes are not going to be that easy. Like, slowing down a Jug is going to be difficult. If you step out of position as the Slardar, you can die. Bottom, it's a Magnus versus a Gyro. Gyro has very low base damage. Magnus has super high base damage, has a Lina behind as well. Seems like it'll be pretty hard for Dyrachyo. Mid, though, Rebel can win this match. We saw Miracle actually do incredibly well versus Doom, and now I've seen it like 3 or 4 times where mostly puck favor. Even if the Doom gets some help, the puck overall is able to actually harass him anyway through that high armor, and with those runes and, you know, all that mana being infused, can actually put some pressure on the Doom. So eyes on Rebel, really.
It's funny, you started it off, you know, I've seen Miracle win this matchup, and I'm like, yeah, but that's Miracle. But then, of course, you know, following up with, I've seen several pucks now. So, yes, that should go fairly well. Rebel's got to be very happy that he's got a favored matchup this time around, just because it was such a difficult game for him. And the last one, just having too many counters to that Queen of Pain, where he wasn't able to do much of anything, unfortunately.
Yeah, also, I feel like FN is one of the more comfortable Doom players. I think it was Nisha who was playing the one versus Miracle, and Nisha, he just got bullied. Like, FN, he's played this one even before it got buffed, so I imagine that FN should have a pretty solid start.
All right. Well, can't tell right now. At some point, I'd love to see the CS. There we go. Perfect. Oh my gosh, our observers are so on the money here. But just checking out how everything's going over in this mid lane right now. You see
looking
the
pretty
puck?
good.
Yep, they're about
FN,
even up.
he always finds this creep. Whenever FN is playing mid, he's always finding the Alpha Wolf. So now that should make it quite a bit harder actually for Rebel, since that last hits, you have now a clear advantage. You have like 30 base damage advantage, plus the chance of critting on the Doom. The last hits for him should be a lot easier.
I mean, the really nice thing about this, especially, you know, for the mid lane, is that this time around, you know, you don't have a high chance of, you know, falling 1v1, obviously, because the puck is very, very slippery until you reach 6, right? Maybe you get a little bit too aggressive. But also, you look at the supports, right? The supports are going to be babysitting mostly. You know, Slayer's going to be staying up there with Palantimos. Maybe the Lina makes the rotation, but most likely, you know, it'll be easy for Puck to just dodge away from things like that.
Yeah, and it'll be more likely that Pantomin actually goes and checks, because there's not like the craziest amount that he's contributing to bottom. Like Duracio's getting some good trades, but I want to see him actually go check as this Tusk, so that he can actually put pressure, because Puck is a hero that utilizes the, you know, the tag team and even a shard block very nicely versus something like Doom. And just pointing this out, very interesting pickup. Check out Duraccio. This is your carry gyro. He's got an urn.
Oh, that is interesting. That is definitely not something that, you know, that people would think that you were griefing in the pubs if you were doing that.
No, that's usually your 5/4 gyros that we saw popularized so much. That's the build you go for. But I think he's also feeling this is not going to be an easy game for him, just because he's playing against some natural counters, and he's good.
Yep, the bottom lane here. Looks like he's gonna be fine. Couple whacks coming out from Ghost, but you have to be very careful. The top lane as well. They threw out that Phantom's Embrace over onto Cheshire Cat, and Palantimos is taking a lot of damage here. He needs to be. I think he's gonna be our first blood. He is indeed. Yamich will find that opening now. Slayer too. Bash coming off here from Cheshire Cat. This is exactly what we wanted to see. Is Cheshire Cat? Oh, I think Cheshire Cat's fine here. I don't think they have quite enough. Yeah, with that self, he's fine. So a very nice play there in that top lane, finding the kill not only on the core, but also getting kills over onto the off laner. That's very, very important and needed to pop off.
I didn't think that lane was going to go that well for them, to be honest with you. I've seen it go both ways, of course, but I think they went too aggressive on the side of Unique. They went for the kill on the Slaughter. When I've seen this lane played as just a farm lane, the Jug usually just is able to free farm, but they actually went to try to kill the Slaughter, and I think that's when you actually trip yourself up. Now Cheshire Cat is significantly ahead, and they have great positioning in the lane from them non-stop blocking the camps and just pulling it back over and over again with Yamich. Now Palantimos could have been a bit of a struggle to catch up.
The play? Yeah. Oh, it just doesn't have quite enough damage.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Oh my word.
Interesting.
Alpha Wolf, baby.
The response from the puck line too. Oh, that was close. That was very close. The crit, like we said, that Alpha Wolf coming in clutch, even using the Fairy Fire, thinking, okay, I got this. And then I'm sure you have that split second of, oh my god, I don't actually have this.
He doesn't get crit. I'm Rebel very likely just get killed. FN also bottled between the attacks too, so I always just it was well played by FN. Very comfortable, as we said.
Dyer's
on the
middle
Doom, very comfortable,
tower
always
is under
finding
attack.
that Alpha Wolf as well. So that's pretty huge. You know, your puck now is actually losing quite significantly to the Doom. You're even on last hits. And look at the bottle charges.
Look at this. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
That feels so bad.
Look at his face too. Oh my god, he face palms instantly. He's like, are you kidding me? He crits.
Oh.
Oh no.
And then zero reaction on the other side of things. Oh goodness. It's always
This is gonna be one farm Doom. That's what that means. He's already gonna have the phase boots if he does want to pick those up very soon.
I mean, I feel like that's just one of those things, right? You just didn't have any control over. You thought you were gonna win it. You thought you were looking pretty there, and sometimes life has.
Sometimes you get Gabened.
Yeah. Sometimes it'd be like that.
Yep, sometimes it is. This Palantimos, he's still just really struggling. He got like 2 last hits or something in the last minute and a half. They're not able to reset the positioning of the lane. Yamich just is continuing to mess with Slayer, not letting him pull it back. And this is going to be a slow start for the Jug. Actually, way slower than I thought it would be. They get
The silence though. Not quite sure. The nice side step. They do have the Phantom's Embrace. They should be able to cut it off very quickly. But I thought that was going to be a dead Phoenix there for a minute.
slight sidestep, dodges that stroke. Maybe that little slow would have gotten him killed, but okay. Duraccio actually having a better game, a better start than the Jug, which I didn't actually in the lane setups that it was. As gone Raindrop, he's gone Urn, and now what? Does he just have boots? No, he's gone pure, just like fighting items in this bottom lane. For battle back, rather than go for farming first.
It's definitely interesting seeing, you know, the way that players will adjust depending on, you know, what they're going up against. And I think that's a good sign of someone who's got a lot of skill. It's just knowing when to change up with items and when to, you know, follow something a little bit more traditional. But yeah, doing better than we thought he would. You know, Cheshire Cat is very happy with the way that his lane's going. And they had several skewers now too, back behind the tower with that gyrocopter, and they just haven't really managed to get that momentum going that they would like.
No, yeah, couldn't actually get any kills on him. He's 31 last. It's Jugs, only 22 still. He's barely getting anything up on Palantimo's top. I'm checking, do they have stacks? They do. Okay, so Slayer is preparing at least a 1 stack for the Jug to catch up. He's gonna need it.
He's under
44 last hits on Slardar, 23 on Jug. I don't think it should be that one-sided. I think Unique has really messed up this top lane. Winstrike has really punished him for these mistakes.
Good shards over here. Maybe he can do a little bit of enough damage to Ghost Stick. It's so hard though. Every time they try, not quite able. Look at these teleports too. They want to try to protect them. They want to try to turn this back around again. LSA does connect. Victim getting up a couple of hits with the Dragon Slave as well. Pentiment trying to provide the support here to Doraccio. Snowball, nice snowball coming through. He's going to pay for this with his life, but he might be able to keep him alive. No, the teleports are coming out. Dreamcoil's going to cut use here by Rabel to turn back around Doraccio. He wants to try to put out some more damage. He tries to, but the silence comes out as the last second dupe. Not going to be able to get those final hits off. LSA coming through though over onto Puck. They'll find the kill. They end up using the Doom over on the Phoenix, but it does not matter. Yamage gets himself a double kill, and Cheshire Cat takes down Six Courier.
Regeneration.
All right, they swing everyone over. FN gets caught. He tries to make a kind of greedy play diving for the gyro, and Rebel, he puts a stop to it. Nice usage of the coil, waits as long as possible, sees the hands go up, gets the silence as well to control the Doom, and Cheshire Cat just finds the freebie.
He started wandering over that way, looked very excited for it. Ghost Stick will just skewer himself away. But I mean, you know, we talked about this, and so did the panel, right? They talked about how they have to play hyper aggressive. You've got to see, you know, Cheshire Cat kind of pop off. And I think, was it a bit of a mistake that they went that aggressive on the side of Unique?
It definitely seems like it. They just ran into this heavy battle lineup. Like, Winstrike is the team that actually wants the battles coming to them with the way they've set up. Like, Puck Coil with Gyro Call. Right. Once all that starts to kick off, like, they want to be random. This is the ideal draft to turn around those fights, turn around over aggression.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
I think they should be playing more around just like that farm style, getting themselves these like solid lanes and just starting stacks. You know, they've got Empower with Jug versus a Gyrocopter. But now they're off to a tough start. Top lane, Slardar is going to have very early blink dagger. Pump has timing is going to come out on Witchblade. Could be a tough early game for Unique to fight back with.
Just forced to run away from these shards every single time. Cheshire Cat picking up the Invis room.
He's under attack.
Trying to set up some sort of a gate. No, he's just going to go right back there.
Dyer's top tower is under attack. You can't even imagine.
He's gonna have such a fast blink. That's going to be huge for them to be able to just blow up some of these squishier targets. And,
Dyer's top tower is under attack
because of all that increased armor. But Cheshire Cat he's already level 8. This corrosive haze and just his high levels overall, they're going to make these heroes look a lot squishier than they naturally are.
Much like cordwood before axe is axe.
I mean, we saw when he just happened to run into the Grimstroke. I think it took 4 hits, maybe.
Dyer's top tower is under
Definitely
attack.
made them look like paper here. And Slayer has to be careful here in this top lane. Dreamcoil does get used, but in comes that Fed. The silence gets tossed out over on the side, and that's a big old egg as they're just held underneath with that Dreamcoil. It snaps on Slayer, and they just have to walk away. They can't afford to get caught under here as the Yamage. Oh, he wants that kill on Slayer so bad. The Sunray maybe not quite doing enough damage as he is going to be able to just run away with FN. Although Cheshire Cat wants it in the bottom lane, though. RP does get used over onto Doraccio. Gets called down out. I don't think it's going to be quite enough, although they are ticking down. He might be able to just surrender, but they have the wand charges over on Ghost Stick. So down goes Doraccio. And the teleport did come out from Cheshire Cat. I don't think they really want to go head-to-head with him right now.
Get a healing ward. He also got the kill up top on the Grimstroke with a nice bash hit on that corrosive haze. It's still alive. They're actually setting up for it here. That's Witchblade.
Tower is
Silence
under
over on Doom. FN waiting patiently. We'll just destroy the Cardi.
solid start so far for Winstrike. Cheshire Cat, he can buy the whole blink right now. I think he should. I think this is a really good game for it, as he has the puck also, so now they have follow-up initiation inside of these fights. So yeah, he's gonna have it, and it's gonna be a very good time. And versus some squishies, Lina and Grimstroke versus a blink slaughter this early. 12 minutes in, these guys are gonna die in one stun or one hit. Corrosive.
There it is, Foggy. Heard you. He took your advice. He's going to grab that blink dagger, and they're going to continue to put the pressure down here on the side of Winstrike.
That's even for Palantimos, like this changes the dynamic of the game for the judge, because sometimes the slaughter might just take a long time to get blink, so you can play split pushing side lanes always, you have some freedom with your spin. But blink slaughter is going to make it that you're always pressured. You can't actually push as easily almost ever. It's just a blink and that bash charged up from Cheshire. Bignum's in freebie.
Oh yeah, he was trying his best, just trying to get them off the tower, but unfortunately with this particular lineup, it's just too difficult being Alina. It's too squishy. So.
Radiant's top tower.
What's also interesting is the fact that Rebel went bottom during all of that, just try to push them off, and they immediately just backed away. Side of Unique. Look at the stacks that Palantimos is taking. Cheshire Cat though, hoping that perhaps he can get himself a pickup. Palantimos has to be careful. Slayer's here though. They want to fight this. They don't want to allow this. It's been coming out over on the back line. Says Cheshire Cat just gatekeeping over here on the side. Does get the blink off. Just chasing after Ghostic. They don't want to allow him to do much of anything. As the Doom does get used in the top lane. RP gets used by Ghostic, but he will fall. Duraccio gets chased down by the Doom in the top lane. And the fight is still out. They're hoping that maybe they can grab Palantimos here. They did go and they used the Dream Coil. There's the egg, hoping maybe they can do enough burn. Oh, beautiful jump coming out from Cheshire Cat. As they'll be able to collect on Palantimos, they'll be able to collect on Bignum. And the Sunray coming in hot, trying to just heal up everyone. Can they get FN? They spot him over the tree lines. The trees are just burnt to a crisp. He is, of course, very tanky. Yamish having to be careful, but Cheshire Cat again jumping right in with that corrosive haze. Are they going to be able to finish him off? That was the question. Yes, they do. They find it. Rebel somehow still alive as Cheshire Cat finally goes down. Snowball comes out, tries to buy him just a little bit more time here as Ghostic is not able to get the final hit.
Oh my god, I can't believe they all get out. If that ink swell pops, they actually maybe get triple killed there, but they kill him right before it does. And Winstrike with some very nice invasive plays. Knowing that those stacks are going on, they run in. I believe Palantimos still finished off the majority of them, but a good aggressive move, just running in there. Unfortunately, they lose Duraccio during all of it. FN does make a nice heads-up play, but still feeling good that you're contesting like this. You're forcing reactions that are Unique, and Unique is really suffering because of all this. Ghostic is just very underfarmed as this Magnus. Position 4 Phoenix on the other side, actually surpassing him. He's gonna have to go for Mac, and it's gonna be pretty slow.
I was about to say, I think, if you're Winstrike, any time that they come to you, you've got to be really happy right now, especially because of the way that Cheshire Cat has been playing, the just positioning coming out of him. And now a blink dagger picked up on Rebel as well. This is just going to be so scary for the side. In fact, look at the Slayer immediately to jump for the Sunray, heals them right up. Not going to be able to get the kill immediately here coming out. They'll get the Laguna. Cheshire Cat somehow still alive during all. Look at this Ghostic. He will finally be able to go and grab him here as they go, and the Icarus dive right into the stun. Yamage next to fall, and now perhaps they've gone just a little bit too far as Pantoman also will fall.
Into my
okay, getting a little overeager there that time.
Yeah, just a little bit.
High ground kind of blindly. They get
Rebel.
He's able to buy back. Rebel.
I think this is a little greedy, my friend, but I guess he's gonna be able to just zip on out anyway. So.
Arcane Rune Puck, the dream. All right, all in all, I think Unique is probably pretty happy the way that one all does come out there. They blanket the area with sentries to make sure there's no vision, and Slayer with the buyback will net himself a couple kills and come back. And now they have Doom available, so that whole aggressive move was when they did not have Doom, and they have RP, so the next fight they could still look to take if
Alrighty, you can see Rebel and Cheshire Cat both on the hunt together. FN getting spotted here. Not going to be able to go and land that crush, but they will be able to go use the Dream Coil, get the snap, and look at these teleports coming out immediately. Can they clean up on FN fast? It's looking like they're going to be able to. So another nice play here, a dodge away from the LSA as Bignum throws out the Laguna Blade, but it just tickles them. They giggle a little bit on the way out. And look at this. They just hide the Grimstroke in the tree line. He does not want to get hit by this assassination squad coming out from the side of Winstrike.
Yeah, Unique still has the ults to fight, but Winstrike just playing too fast. These double blinks, these double bruisers, they have too much reach. They just get into these backlines, get into these squishies, and with the DD and Corrosive Haze into the Roche, Winstrike. Looking good.
Yeah. Definitely playing their draft at the tempo that's necessary. And Cheshire Cat, again, has just been very, very instrumental in setting up this tempo here for the side of the Radiant.
Going again, too.
Yeah, definitely dead.
Shiny objects. Dire's bottom tower is
All right,
under
well, that is
attack.
an Aegis collected now for Doracio. And
Right, this is because he got crit in the laning phase. Now Rebel has just turned it up a notch.
it's lit a fire in his heart. Is that what you're trying to say here, Fog?
It really seems like he's playing really well on this puck. 6-1 and 4. He's always just playing super aggressive, playing around their vision. Love the build. Blink which way is kind of standard now, but he's making it so much happen with it.
I think part of that too is just, you know, having the Slardar as well. Like, you know, the fact that he's got the Curse Phase, he's got the mobility, so he can really set up and allow Rebel to, not that he ever was really like super far behind, but just allowing the setup so that he can follow up perfectly and they can kind of be the cleanup squad afterwards.
Yeah, it's two different forms of initiation, while Unique has pretty much none. The Ghosted, he's that form of initiation. He's got Mac, so he's not going to blink for some time. Bignum has actually landed some really clutch stuns on the Lina, like predicting where the blinks were going to come. That was actually one of the things that happened around the Ancients that made the fight go so well for them, but it's hard. Like, Slardar and Puck just have so much reach to get on top of these back heroes, and this over-leveled Slardar is just a huge problem. Minus 15 armor on all these heroes. Like, everyone is unbelievably squishy whenever a Cheshire Cat comes in.
You have the BKB picked up now for FN, so that'll make things a little bit easier for him. But of course, they do have ways to play around that on the side of Winstrike and try to, you know, reduce. Well, maybe not reduce, but what's the word? I can't think of it. Waste some of the BKB time? Yeah, that sort of thing, you know. So he's not able to do anything while he's got it. I had a very specific word for whatever reason. I just cannot think of it for the life of me. One of those days.
Much like Portland before Axe's axe.
It looks decent,
Dire's
right?
top
Doom,
tower is
Doom
under
overall,
attack.
if you get a free 240, you know, you get a free 240 every minute. Puck is ahead of you in gold. Like, that kind of says everything. Rebel is almost going to have Aghanim stun in these next few moments. So BKB's nice on the Doom. Your spin is nice on your Jug.
Structures can take
This
all
axe is
the
going to ruin the team fights for Unique. Just their overall
approach.
approaches. He can go in freely as this Puck just doesn't matter
Much like Portwood before Axe's axe.
than worry about it.
Yamich has been down here for a good 2-3 minutes, and they just have not been able to push him away. They are putting pressure down on this tier 1 now. I don't think they're going to try to fight over it, but top tower goes down, and no, it doesn't look like. They know that Yamich is here, but again, he's got Icarus dive. He can easily just swoop away. In fact, he doesn't even want to stay here anymore. He realizes, all right, the rest of my team, they're not coming. I'm headed over to the mid lane. I'll regroup.
Dire's top tower.
There's no fight here right now.
No. And you know, the other funny thing to point out is our gyrocopter who went Earn this game, he hasn't been in any fights.
Dire's middle tower is not what it used to be.
Nice mana
That's
regen,
for
at the
certain.
very least. Some nice stats and mana regen.
It's such a look on the bright side moment here. Just like, well, at least, you know, the mana regen, right, Mox? Like, yeah, sure, Fogged. Sounds great.
It's just funny, right? Like, because he went for it probably because he thought he was going to be getting a lot more pressure on in this game, but his mid and his off lane went so well that he's actually has no pressure on him at all, and he's just like, whatever, I don't want to sell it. It's still going to have value. So, whatever, the rest of his items look great. He's having a pretty free time on Duracho, but, you know, he's got 2 deaths, but he hasn't had to join and show up to the fights. Like, his team has done all the damage without him.
I mean, considering that our panel was really, you know, again, the keyword, impossible. Very difficult gyro game here. He's doing a bang-up job, and I think a lot of it has to come from, you know, the fact that his team is just playing very fast and making the space and opportunities for him. So, smoke on smoke action, though, coming out now from the side of Winstrike, from the side of Unique, and I don't think they're expecting the wraparound.
They need to do him on Rebel. He is way too problematic. He has Aghanims. They have to find that target. Otherwise, the fight for Unique is going to be a disaster. They need to find this Puck. See if they can.
Puck might be walking right into the palm of their hands here if they're not careful. Oh, they don't have the vision, though, yet. He's hiding too much in this tree line. They're not going to find him, Fog.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
They're going to run into Yamich. I think that's fine. They didn't get the RPO, but immediately just turned right around Yamich. And Cheshire Cat this time both those stayed by the snowball for a little bit longer. The Aegis does pop. They chase after Ghosting, they'll find the kill. And now Rebel, they still have not managed to get their hands on this cheeky little puck. He is still chasing the death. There it is finally, though. The Doom gets used. Pentleman is still nearby. As Dyrachyo is continuing, throwing out the flag. Can he do enough damage, though, is the question. I'm not quite sure. Pentleman thinking about going. LSA comes through. At the very last second, Palantimos is going to be able to teleport home. But they used the Doom, they used the Laguna Blade on Rebel, and they weren't able to kill him.
No, they couldn't find him. Rebel, he played patient. The coil, it lands on almost everybody, but they're actually just, they held their ground and just stood there the entirety of it for Winstrike, for Unique. So it could have actually been worse for them, but it could have also been better. They couldn't get that initial grab on Rebel, and now Doom is wasted. Now they have a long downtime where they can't actually fight on the side of Unique. So Winstrike's still very happy and continued to get this huge farm. Dyrachyo, he's almost got BKB now, so he's going to be way safer in these upcoming fights. As he did get earned charges, right? Or did he actually get kills when he didn't have on the ground?
I'm not 100% sure on that.
I think he was dead. I think he was Aegis respawning when the kills happened.
Yeah, I think so too. I think he got focused down pretty hard there. But now they know they have this window. They don't have RP. You don't have Laguna Blade. You don't have the Doom. Now's the time to make something happen. Again, Cheshire Cat seeing that opening immediately. They follow. They even go for the egg just in case anybody else tries to hop in there all of a sudden. Look at Rebel. He's just hunting over here, but
Dire's middle tower
he won't go for that dive into the base just yet. Instead, he'll turn around, he'll de-ward, and regroup with the rest of the team.
Just keep playing smart. They still have coil available. They know there's no way Unique fights into this.
Dire's middle tower is not what it used to be. That is for certain.
Jug still so poor. This is a empowered Jug who is significantly behind the puck and the gyro on the opposing side just because he's not getting the time.
Dire's middle tower is under
attack. How bad that lane really went. It's really reflecting everything
tower has fallen.
Rebel?
Oh, Rebel finding this Jug. In silence, should be able to run away here, but look at these TPs. Dream Coil does indeed get used, and this is an ads on him as well. This is looking very, very bad for them as they go. They follow up, though. They've got plenty of damage with that Eve, so they turn right back in again. Big though is taking a lot of damage here from Dyrachyo, and they're just soaking up that Omni Slash. It's not looking good, although Cheshire Cat will fall. They'll follow up. They'll hold them into place. Do they have enough damage to take them out? Yes, they will, as Yamich now flapping those little wings, trying to get out. They were not expecting a hit that fast. And the Doom, they want this kill so bad. Inksplunk connects. Triple kill now for FN.
And Tip Slayer for sure. The little heals that come in from the shard, from the Grimstroke, it actually keeps Palantimos alive. He would have died otherwise. They get a great connection with the double insult. Bignum waiting on the wings here as the lean up. Bignum is actually doing a lot of work, I gotta be honest. He's preemptively casting these stuns before a lot of these heroes are blinking, and he's getting the connection. Unique this time, they hit back, and they hit back really hard.
God, they got the double Laguna off during all this too.
Yep. The leash as well with the double silence on the puppet to leave the tusk so he can't go for a save either. It was actually like picture perfect moments for Unique, and it still looks scary right at the end until Ghosted comes in. We see that Inkswell, the mech, just heal up Palantimos that tiny extra bit. See his HP drop to about below 100 during all of it there, and everything coming into play. Unique finally catch themselves in a good stride this game.
I wouldn't say that, Winstrike is out of this by any means, though.
No, not yet.
But that was a very nice fight coming out from the side of Unique, and, definitely needed to kind of slow down the tempo just a little bit because, again, we talked about this. They need to play at such a breakneck speed on the side of Winstrike because as it gets later and later, it gets much scarier for them.
Yeah, I think just keep vision of Roshan right now. You know Doom is on cooldown, you know RP is on cooldown. You have a great way to kill Rosh extremely fast. You have Slardar and tag team with corrosive haze, so just sit in the Rosh pit. I think just one person has to keep scouting it, hope for an early spawn, and it is. It's actually up in 2 seconds. This is going to be a very fortunate spawn for Winstrike if they scout it. So they're not right now, unfortunately for them. So it's going to buy Unique time to get these ults back online, and then the fight still looking pretty difficult. It's all about those initiations now that Ghostic does have Blink Dagger.
They know it's up. Yamich will walk into the pit. I have to say, they've been playing so tightly around this, they were definitely anticipating it being up very soon, so...
Get it.
They should be
going for the light. So they're going to have 8 just keys and a shard now to build a fight with Doom and RP. That's very fortunate.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Here goes Roshan, and Diracho will be able to pick up the Aegis. The Winstrike now.
Tower is under attack.
And of course, oh yes, we have the shard picked up over on the Slardar.
Ooh, really nice with Gyro. You can't apply Corrosive Haze on all 5 targets, or however many targets usually. However, you get a nice stun combo, then your flak is going to be really nice. So that could actually be really good combos, especially with Puck too.
A soldier's fortune.
Feels like Unique is just going to continue to farm up here on the lower end of the map and wait patiently here. Again, I don't feel like they want to go running into them and taking that fight
Tower is under attack.
at this time if possible.
War has come to Radiant's bottom
It's still
tower.
difficult because it's like they do have these core matchups and they do have this Magnus and Doom, these BKB big stuns and big disables. But Winstrike, like it's not like they don't scale significantly as the game goes on either. Like Corrosive Haze with your Gyro, Phoenix is the best scaling support in this game in comparison to the Grim and Lina. The Phoenix just continues to get that much stronger, so they still do have shots, even if the game does get to later stage. It's just, it's a little harder for them to execute in comparison to Unique if it gets to these crazy later game, later fights.
I know the panel was very concerned about the gyrocopter specifically within their draft too, as the side of Unique gets more and more farm, gets those levels online. It becomes very difficult for him to be the damage that's necessary.
Absolutely. Jug just has such a good core matchup versus him. Like you Omni him or you Swift Slash him, and Gyro has like no counterplay. He dies to usually just trying.
Still gonna see an opening. They'll find FN. The BKBs get dropped almost immediately as they do manage to take down FN. There's the RP though coming out from Ghosting. They need more people here though. They need to be able to do more damage. As Laguna comes out, are they gonna be able to take down Batman? Yes, he will fall Ghosting also as well. Now taken down. Palantimo should be able to teleport out, but it was a good pick-off. There is no Doom. There's no, well, Doom the hero, rather. There's no RP now, and the Magnus is down for 40-something seconds on both of those cores. So Winstrike has to be feeling pretty happy about that. Lotus Orb does get picked up from Yamich, and they're going high ground.
They should. No RP. Yeah, Soulbind, I believe, too. So it's a great fight now for Winstrike. I'm surprised Unique actually even went to try to help the Doom. Like the mag going in and RPing there, they did not have the setup. They also used an Omni
tower is under attack.
So this high guard defense is going to be tough.
I just didn't feel like they had enough damage there at the time. And again, they did have plenty of damage, but it just, the positioning, the way it all went down, it just wasn't enough here.
They have to be explosive when they hit. Like if the RP hits, the Jug has to be there immediately when the RP is happening. That was just, it was very staggered the way that they showed up because the Doom gets jumped on. So Unique, they'll live to at least keep their racks alive after wasting a couple of those ultis.
All right, we get the smoke play coming out from Unique. Player will lead the charge. Hoping to, oh, they don't pop the smoke though. They don't really, okay, they do realize it there because immediately that ward gets taken down.
Yeah, they're gonna know now on Winstrike. They gotta just stick together, keep this high ground. Diracho on the front lines since he's got this Aegis. Want Cheshire Cat though.
Yeah, I think he will indeed get caught because they've got to use the stomp and everything to just hold him in place and allow them to get the kill. Slayer actually being the one to get the final hit off, but FN does need to be careful. Does have the BKB. They'll use the Dream Coil over on Palatinos and over on the Doom. The spin comes out. The Explode will connect. It's a beautiful A, but it's just a split fight over on the side. As you can hear that legitimately going off. The mech is going to get used, trying to buy a little bit more time. Chestercat does find Backstring. All of this, but Rainbow, there it is. There's the RP. It's beautiful, but do they have the damage? That's the problem. You just keep skewering. They've got 3 of them, but it's not enough. Those to fight that beautiful RP, just not going to be able to get the damage dealt as 4 heroes on the side of Unique crumble.
It was, they got the 4, but Omni Slash still on cooldown from that fight that happened in the jungle when he used it earlier. It's got a very long cooldown there. If he had it, maybe they can potentially get like a couple of 3 up there, but Winstrike, they hit hard. Cheshire buys back just in case. And the coil comes out on the 2 most important heroes, the Jug and the Doom. They snap it, they just get a full screen up there. Winstrike able to surround them. Finishing up without refresher on top 2, so more coils, more spell combos. This pup is Winstrike. Now we're gonna kick
Barracks are under attack.
This Axe Pup is just doing so much work. And again, he must be very relieved as Rebel this time around because the Pop, a bit of a disaster in game number 1. This time, though, you can feel that presence, and it's definitely something to be feared in this game. Aegis does get reclaimed though during all of this, so it does open a little bit of a window here for Unique, but it's just so hard with a lot of their big spells on cooldown.
They're so far behind too. Like the gold in general. Like the Magnus is poor. Even the Jug is quite poor for an empowered Juggernaut. So yeah, Winstrike. Just some big hits. I mean, Cheshire Cat as well as Rebel have been the absolute MVPs for me this game. They've just always been getting on the right target. Sure, Cheshire Cat dies in the last fight, but he baits the enemy team into such a bad fight. And yeah, these double blink daggers have done so much work.
Alright, well, Satanic completed now for the Gyrocopter. It is just very difficult to take Thrasio down now. And another smoke coming out here from the side of Winstrike as they're hoping. And this feels very aggressive, right? The fact that they're like, you take one step outside of that face palette, Timos. You're not looking for any good times here. They do manage to get the soul bind up, but there's too much damage over here. Is he going to make it out? No, at the last second, Thrasio managing to get the final hit. And there it is. There's that refresher we talked about. This puck is hungry as Ghostic will fall. Thrasio finds himself a kill. The buyback now on Palantimos. They put the damage over to FN. They will be able to get the Doom off, but he just doesn't have any friends. So he's just going to have to try to retreat as Palantimos looking for the opening. Once again, that does have the Inkswell. FN, though, that's too much damage. This Gyrocopter is just dishing it out in spades now. Palantimos trying everything that he can, trying to get the final hits up. They're just sitting so very low, but they have the two. They have the Satanic. They've got everything. It's a rampage now for Thrasio. This Gyrocopter that was supposed to have an impossible game is going to be one of the reasons why they win it.
Very nice game. I feel like they never allowed Unique to do what their draft wants to do, which is
Dyer's.
There was a thing in the woods. But once a year, it left the woods to feast on us.